So, next step in our procedures in admin cases. So, meron ng decision, meron, alam na ninyo yung mga reason para mabago yung decision, ma-modify yung decision ng isang admin agency. Okay, through the filing of MR, gagawin yon. Okay, pero sabihin natin yung MR mo useless, na-dismiss, na-deny. Kasi yung nag-decide na officer, nakita niya na wala namang kamali doon sa ginawa niyang decision. Will that end already your case? Hindi pa po. Pwede po nating ipa-review yung decision o yung order to a higher authority through what we call an appeal or review. Okay. In order to be entitled to appeal and review by an appellate admin body of the determination or the decision of a lower or subordinate admin body, a party must have been affected or aggrieved by it and must so prove. Okay, yung decision na ina-appeal nung taong nag-a-appeal, dapat i-prove niya na damaging sa kanya yung in-issue na decision. Example, tinatanggalan na siya ng right o privilege. That's damaging. Okay, at i-prove niya. Okay, you prove it. Bakit na-damaging sa'yo? Explain it. Para pwede mong i-appeal. Para magkaroon ka ng right to appeal nung decision na iyon. There is this hierarchy of authorities para po mag-appeal tayo. So, saan tayo aakyat? Saan nating iaakyat yung decision that is grievous to us. In many admin systems, example in taxation, customs, deportation of aliens, there is a hierarchy of authorities so that by express provision of statute or otherwise, first, a review may be had within the admin system itself of the action of the lower administrative authority, or a particular admin body is authorized to hear and decide appeals from and review the determinations of certain other admin bodies. Okay. So, may mga cases na doon lang mismo sa inside the admin system itself. So, for example, when we talk about ENVI cases, environmental cases, from the decision of the PENRO, iakyat mo lang sa DENR region or DENR provincial or in the DENR region, okay, up to iakyat mo ulit sa DENR national. Okay, that is within the admin system because nandoon ka lang sa department ni nandoon ka lamang sa department ni environmental office, okay, the Environmental and Natural Resources Office. If we say other admin bodies, ito naman yung it is now being reviewed not in the same system but in another part of the much larger administrative body. Okay? Ipinapasa na siya sa iba na admin agency for it to be reviewed. Let's put as an example the situation we're in the Civil Service Commission. Okay, for example. So there are different administrative agencies, tama? Nandyan si CHED, nandyan si DAR, nandyan si DENR. All of this, they have employees. Diba? They have government employees. Now, kung mayroong mairereklamo sa trabaho ng mga government employees, kung saan sila kabilang na agency, doon pa muna. Okay? Kung kung nasa state university siya, doon muna sa state university isa-settle or i-decide yung case. Kung officer siya ng DAR, doon muna sa DAR. Okay? But, these cases against these government employees, it can be elevated to the Civil Service Commission because the Civil Service is the particular admin agency that is authorized to hear and decide appeals from and review the determinations of other admin agencies with respect to the employment of that government employee, regardless man kung nasaan siya na agency involved. Okay, so that's an example of a particular admin body that may review the decision of other admin bodies. So what are the types and kinds of administrative appeal and review? First is that which inherits in the relation of admin superior to admin subordinate, where determinations are made at lower levels of the same agency or department. Okay, medyo generalized na yung classes dito pero ang ibig sabihin lang dito sa una, if there is a lower ranking officer in the admin agency na nagde-decide, the next procedure or the appeal to be made is just doon lang pa rin sa loob ng department o agency. Hindi ka lalabas ng agency na yon. Itataas mo lang sa next na higher ranking officer na merong authority to review the decision of that lower ranking officer. Second is that embrace in statutes which provide for a determination to be made by a particular officer or body subject to appeal, review, or redetermination by another officer or body in the same agency or in the same administrative system. Okay? Dito, lalabas ka na nung office na nag-decide. But the office that you are going outside of still remains with the same administrative system. So for example, may DepEd teacher, doon muna sa DepEd Division Office yung kaso niya. Kung meron ng decision, i-appeal niya doon sa DepEd Regional Office. Okay? Not only to a higher ranking officer in that same office, pero i-aakyat into another office, higher ranking office itself, pero still within the same admin system. Anong admin system siya? The admin system of the Department of Education pa rin. That's what it means. Okay. C. That in which the statute makes or attempts to make a court, and circle natin, may involved na court dito, a part of the administrative scheme by providing in terms or effect that the court, on review of the action of an administrative agency, shall exercise powers of such extent that they differ from ordinary judicial functions and involve a trial de novo. It means a new trial of matters of fact or discretion and application of the independent judgment of the court. Okay? In this kind of appeal and review, involved na po ang court. Hindi na lang sa administrative agency, hindi na lang sa administrative system, pero sa court na ifa-file yung case para si court na yung mag-review ng kaso as if it's the first time na ma-file yung case. D. That in which the statute provides that an order made by a division of a commission or board has the same force and effect as if made by the commission, subject to a rehearing by the full commission. For the rehearing is practically an appeal to another administrative tribunal. Okay, kung napapansin niyo may mga decision na may nakasulat na NBank, example si COMELEC. Okay? Si COMELEC kasi, ang decision making niya sa national level, by division yan. Hati-hati yan. Okay? Kaya kung yung first division yung nag-decide, although COMELEC national na siya, hindi pa po yun yung final na decision ng COMELEC national. I-appeal mo yung decision from the division to the what we call NBank. Na kung saan lahat-lahat na ng COMELEC commissioner, sila na yung uupo. Okay? NBank means all being present, all sitting in the bench. And all of the commissioners will decide themselves, review and decide the decision that is appealed. Okay? So, from the division and bank. Pero ang point dito is, hindi po hindi po na-appeal yung kaso outside of that office. Same office pa rin. Nagbago lang kung sino yung mga tao na involved na. Okay? Kanina division, hindi sila lahat present. Pero this time, in appeal, na kung saan present na lahat sila. En banc na. Okay? E. That in which the statute provides for an appeal to an officer on an intermediate level with subsequent appeal to the head of the department or agency. Okay, dito na po papasok sila yung mga department secretaries natin, yung mga cabinet members. So from the decision of the regional office, iakyat na siya doon sa national level para directly the secretary of that national administrative agency will decide the case being appealed. And lastly, that embrace in statutes which provide for appeal at the highest level, namely the President. Ito na po yung highest level na sa admin cases na ia-appeal na yung kaso sa Chief Executive Officer ng Pilipinas, the President of the Philippines. Okay, so those are the different types and kinds of review and appeal. Now, let's go to the action by Administrative Appellate Tribunal. Okay? So, kung meron ng appeal na na-receive yung isang administrative officer, anong gagawin niya? So, meron po siyang authority na i-reverse. Baguhin yung decision kung nararapat itong baguhin. Dahil, yung sinabi natin na reasons to modify, baka merong mistake sa facts and law na ginamit. Baka merong errors na nakita. Okay? Baka may mga newly discovered evidence among others na rason para ma-reverse o ma-set aside yung decision na in-appeal. Okay, that's the authority of the Administrative Appellate Tribunal. Review must not be arbitrary. Reviewing officer must be other than the officer whose decision is under review. Okay? Nire-review nga eh. So, dapat, ibang tao na yung mang-review. Syempre, kung same na tao pa rin yan, kayo ba? Kayo tanungin ko, madali bang baguhin yung decision natin? Diba? May mga time na ipinipilit natin kahit kinokorek na tayo kasi ayaw nating masaktan eh. Yung ego natin ba? Kuha. So, it follows na kung merong magre-review sa decision ng isang admin agency, dapat ibang tao na para ma-remove yung bias niya, lalo na at decision niya mismo yung i-review. Okay? Kasi kung kung yung tao ay same pa rin, okay? Kung same pa rin na tao yung magde-decide, for sure the review will become arbitrary. Alangan naman na i-reverse ko yung sarili ko. Tama ako doon sa una kong ginawa. Arbitrary na yan. Okay? And also, eto na ulit, the partner of res judicata is the principle or the rule of non quieta movere. What had already been terminated should not be disturbed. Okay? Final na yung decision. Naging executory na. So, kung makita ni Administrative Appellate Tribunal na lately filed yung appeal, sabihin niya, nagbilang ako more than 15 days na i-final ito ha. It follows na dapat wag niya nang galawin. Wag na niyang baguhin yung decision na yon kasi naging res judicata na. Or in other words, naging non quieta movere principle na siya. What had already been terminated should not be disturbed. Okay. Move on na. Wag nang balikan kasi naging final and executory na. Alright? So, next part of the procedure in admin cases, enforcement na tayo. Okay? So, merong decision, in-appeal, meron ng decision sa appeal, naging final and executory na after 15 days from receiving the decision of the appeal. So, what comes next kung naging final and executory na yung decision? Magkakaroon na po ng tinatawag natin na enforcement of administrative decisions. Ipapa-enforce na. Meaning to say, gagamitin na o magkakaroon na ng visa yung decision. Kasi ito na po ay ipapatupad na. Yun. In general, admin cases or admin decisions are enforceable only in the manner provided by statute. Ano ba yung mga manner na sinasabi ng mga statute natin? Ano yung mga way para maging enforceable? If the statute has failed to provide a remedy for their enforcement, they are unenforceable. Baka yung decision ay purely declaring rights only, but they may not be used in order to execute a particular action. Some determinations are not to be enforced at all in the ordinary sense of the term. Their sanction is the force of public opinion. Announcement na lang, no? To correct in the mind of the public kung ano ba talaga yung nangyari after the decision, after the hearing, the decision, and so on. Their only sanction is the force of public opinion invoked by the fairness of a full hearing, the intrinsic justice of the conclusion is strengthened, and the full publication of any violation of the due process. Etong decision na ito, pawang i-release lamang para mai-announce sa buong Pilipinas, sa mga concerned, na ganito yung tunay na nangyari. Yun lang. Walang magbabayad ng mga danyos, walang matatanggal sa pwesto. Wala. It's just a matter of saying the truth. Kung walang sinabi yung statute o yung law na i-enforce yung decision. Next, the legislature may aid the enforcement of admin determinations by providing a penalty. At nandito na. Kung nakalagay naman sa statute na pwedeng mag-impose ng penalty, then yun yung i-execute. At ito yung execution of judgment na mas alam ng nakakarami sa atin. Ano yung penalty? Diba? Ganun yung tanong natin kung may kaso. Anong kaso niya? Anong penalty? Kailan ipapatupad yung penalty niya? Kailan ma-enforce? Diba? Pero as long as walang ganoon na penalty yung statute, walang ganoon na i-execute. Because as we have learned in our previous lessons, admin agencies are creatures with limited power. If what the statute that created them gives them, that is only the power they can exercise. So what is administrative enforcement? The methods of such enforcement includes focusing of public opinion, revocation, suspension, sa mga natatanggalan ng lisensya o ng mga franchise, di ba? Ipapasuspend, ipaparevoke. Kung anong mas mabigat dito? Revocation, kasi matatanggalan ng lisensya yan . Suspension, hindi lang niya magagamit for a certain number of days or months. Or a refusal to renew license. Pwede rin sabihin, yung license mo ngayon, last mo na yan hindi na pwedeng ipa-renew yan. Kasi ganito, violate mo naman yung law. Ganyan. Refusal to grant clearance papers to ships, withholding or denying benefits, imposing conditions, seizure and sale of destruction of property. Example natin sa seizure, yung mga hindi nagbabayad ng taxes nila sa BIR. If you are a delinquent taxpayer, they may seize your property and have it sold. Para yung proceeds, yun na lang yung pangbayad mo sa taxes mo. Destruction of property. Yung mga sa customs, di ba? Sa news, kadalasan may mga sports car na napupuslit na hindi nagbabayad ng taxes. Kung kino-confiscate, sisirain, pwedeng sirain yung mga yan. Exclusion and deportation of aliens. And so on. Just read the other examples given in there. Those are the examples on how penalties or on what penalties may be imposed and may be enforced by the administrative agency. Next, in any case, Congress is without power to authorize a purely administrative official to determine whether the crime defined by law has been committed and so to inflict punishment. The imposition of criminal as distinguished from admin penalties for violation of law is a judicial function. So sino ang may power na mag-declare na criminally liable ang isang tao? Hindi po admin officer, hindi admin agency. It's only the court who has that authority. Ang pwede lang gawin ng agency, ipa-confiscate yung mga bagay, ipa-deport yung alien, ipasira yung mga nuisance, pero it has no power to declare the guilty person a criminal. Kasi only the court can do so. Okay? Admin penalties such as fines, surcharges, seizures, and sale or destruction, forfeitures, they are regarded as civil and remedial. Okay? Hindi po sila criminal. Hindi porket nakuha yung kotse mo dahil hindi ka nagbayad ng tax, ibinenta ng government, yung perang nalikom, ipinagbayad na lang sa taxes mo. Hindi porket nangyari sa'yo yun, criminal ka na. No. Those are only civil and remedial in nature. Para lang makorek yung maling nagawa mo na hindi ka nagbayad ng tax for that example. But you cannot be labeled as criminal kasi wala namang criminal case na i-file sa'yo at hindi naman nag-decide ang isang regular court para i-declare ka na criminal. Other type of enforcement aside from administrative enforcement is what we call judicial enforcement. From the name itself, included po ang courts dito. Okay, meron ng involved na courts. Statutes customarily provide for the judicial enforcement of admin determinations. The primary object of a provision for judicial enforcement of an order of an admin agency is to enable the agency, by invoking the power of the court, to mobilize the judicial authority in carrying out the policies of the statute. Okay, nakadepende yan sa statute na nag-create sa admin agency. Kung nire-require ng statute na kailangang pumunta muna sa court para si court ang finally mag-enforce ng decision, then pumunta muna sa court. We need the authority of the court to have the decision enforced. Upon enforcement proceedings, the court may examine into questions of jurisdiction of the admin tribunal, regularity of the proceedings, and questions of constitutional right or statutory authority. So in a way, parang magkakaroon ng review by the court yung decision na nilabas ng admin agency. Okay, tama nga naman eh. Nag-a-ask yung admin agency ng tulong sa court para ipa-enforce yung decision. So, nararapat lang rin na si court, i-review niya muna, i-check niya muna kung tama ba yung decision. Correct ba yung mga jurisdiction? Tama ba? Wala bang mali doon sa pagkuha ng jurisdiction? Regular ba yung proceedings? Nasunod ba yung rules? May na-violate ba na right nung involved na mga tao? 'Di ba? I-review niya muna bago niya tulungan yung pag-enforce ng decision. It may be stated generally that a proceeding in court for the enforcement of an admin determination is not a mere matter of the courts accepting the determination and issuing a summary command to obey. To make a court the mere executioner of an admin agency's order and limit the court to such mere ministerial duty would be to impose a non-judicial power on the court. Okay? That's the reason kaya may power yung court na i-review muna bago niya tulungan yung admin agency na ipatupad yung decision. When an admin agency has procured a judicial order for enforcement, the order of the admin agency receives judicial sanction. At because of this, pwede na pong i-enforce yung decision. Binigyan na ng basbas yung pag-enforce ng decision. At sino yung nagbigay ng basbas? Yung court na mismo. Kaya pwede na pong ipatupad yung decision. Okay, next principle is execution pending appeal. Sabi ko sa inyo kanina, may mga cases na kahit in-appeal na siya, magiging executory na yung decision. Again if the law says so. Pero kung hindi, we follow the counting of the reglementary period. Okay, so in this next slide, it's all about the case of Yao Git versus Heraldes. which discusses the authority to file the case and the authority to issue the decision. Okay, this is among your assigned cases. I put the responsibility on you to read and analyze this case. So the issue here is, does the assistant city fiscal have the authority to initiate the prosecution and the judge the jurisdiction to take cognizance of the case? Okay, madaliin na lang natin, okay? Let's go with the ruling. The ruling here is none. Ano ba yung naging decision ng court? Okay. The amendment as above reproduced introduces intervention of the Commissioner of Immigration in the sense that he has the choice or option to either subject the erring alien to an administrative fine or endorse his prosecution before the court. Okay. Nagkamali yung fiscal dito, yung prosecutor dito. Siya naman na yung nag-decide na i-file yung case sa court against the erring alien. Dapat yung ginawa niya, pumunta siya sa boss niya, si Commissioner of Immigration. Para si Commissioner of Immigration, upon receiving the recommendation of the investigating prosecutor, si Commissioner ang magde-decide. Ano, fine, mag-impose lang ng fine? O sige, habulin na natin ito hanggang sa korte. But without the decision, hindi pwedeng mag-proceed on his own si prosecutor. Kaya mali yung ginawa kay Yao Git dito sa case na to. At mali rin na si judge, hinir niya yung kaso at nagbigay siya ng decision kasi nga binaypass nila si Commissioner of Immigration. That is without jurisdiction, class. And the effect of that decision is null and void. It can never be a source of a valid right. Okay? So that's all for this presentation. Thank you for listening.